Yo, Footy King Army, do you guys want safe, cheap and reliable coins? If you do, make sure to go and check out u7buy.com. They sell coins and players on all platforms, PS4, PS5, Xbox, PC, whatever you need, coins, players for your Ultimate Team accounts to get those higher ranks and champs. Make sure to go and check out u7buy.com and use King for a cheeky 5% discount on your order. Link is in the description. Hello guys, it's FootyKing here and welcome back to another video on the channel, guys. Today what I'm going to be doing is a FIFA 22 wish list. So it's the traditional video that every FIFA YouTuber makes at this stage of, well, the previous FIFA, because obviously FIFA 21 is basically dead. There's not much really hype around it now. It's kind of the last couple of months and everyone's kind of thinking towards FIFA 22. At the time of recording this, we did have the reveal trailer and kind of some news on some of the new game modes and features in the new game on Sunday past. I'm recording this on the Tuesday, so it's 2 days ago we got that, and it's looked kind of positive. So I'm going to be going through my FIFA 22 wish list. Of course, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you boys would like to see in the new FIFA, whether that's anything in terms of the gameplay or whether it's like a new mode. Let me know. Drop a comment down below. Now, the very first thing that I would like to see with the new game is we're talking about the FUT Champs mode, right? We're going to start with different modes and then we're going to move in later in the video to things such as like within the gameplay, if you know what I mean. So starting off with the modes, we're going to talk about FUT Champs first, alright? So FUT Champs, what I would like to see kind of revamped with FUT Champs is, I'm happy enough with the 30 games, right? So I'm happy enough with the 30 games a week, but one of the big changes I would like to see is to move from a 3-day to a 4-day tournament. So instead of it starting on Friday morning and ending on Monday morning, bro, I couldn't even remember there. It's Friday morning to Monday morning. Instead of being that, I'd prefer it to be Friday morning to Tuesday morning. It just gives everybody an extra 24 hours to play their games, get it done. You know what I mean? It's busy over the weekend when you've got, like, you know, for example, for me, I've got videos to make, streams to do. You know, it's tough, and then you've obviously jobs as well to work around that, family life, etc. So you have to kind of prioritize all the other stuff. I work for champs at times, so that's why I feel that a 4-day tournament would just give us that extra 24 hours to really, you know, just to give us an extra 24 hours to play the games, just so it wouldn't be so cramped in over the weekend. Staying with the FUT Champs mode then, another thing I would like to be in FIFA 22 would be a rewards revamp. So with the FUT Champs rewards at the minute, and you'll see these on the screen while we're going past here as well, rewards at the minute are kind of, they're mixed, but they're, you know, you could get gold 3 one week and you do better than a top 100 player, which in my mind is just so completely stupid from EA. I mean, obviously with higher ranks you do get the extra coins, the extra packs, the better packs, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make more in, you know, overall in terms of your coins, because it still comes down to, you know, with packs it still comes down to luck. So what I'd like to see is something guaranteed for like an elite player. Like you get a guaranteed say it's informs. You can still keep the inform pack, but say you have to get like a guaranteed 86 plus inform of that team of the week, or something worth it. I feel like Elite 3 you should always be making at least 200 to 300k from rewards, at least. It probably should be more like 400, 500 to be fair, but that's only my opinion. But let me know what you think on that, boys. What do you think in the comments down below on FUT Champs? Because I think FUT Champs does need a revamp, both in terms of the structure of it, but also the rewards. And I feel that, you know, just having more things to play for and better structure in terms of the rewards we get for playing would be a benefit to the new game. Right, sticking with the modes then, another idea that I have had for FIFA 22 would be a FUT Draft kind of revamp. So when FUT Draft came first out in FIFA 16, people were very excited about it because obviously it meant that you could use kind of cards that you wouldn't usually use. So things like the Messi and the Ronaldo. Players that you wouldn't normally use, because unless you bloody put your house money on FIFA in previous years, the likelihood of you being able to try big cards like that was very slim. So that's why the draft was a positive for the game back in FIFA 16. However, the game now, the draft mode now seems to die a bit. Not a lot of people play it. It's not one of the modes that you see a lot of content being made on either. So this new draft idea that I've got for what they could do is, obviously, as I say, I'd like FUT Champs to be from Friday morning to Tuesday morning. What I would like the draft to be, I'd like the draft to be a separate mode on its own, where from Tuesday to Friday. So use the draft as like a midweek game mode. It's only open Tuesday to Friday. And there's so much things the EA could do with this. I like the idea what they've got at the minute, where the way they, you pick your player from 5 players. You get a selection of 5 players to pick a player. You're drafting them out. Keep that. I like that idea. But what I would change with it is you could have certain requirements. So, say for example, you could have certain requirements every week in the draft. So, to get extra rewards. So the way that basically EA have done recently with FUT Champs, where they've had you can make your team having 8 Spanish players in it to get extra rewards for FUT Champs, extra player picks. They could do something with that with FUT Draft. So, this sounds really confusing probably, but just if you need to rewind the video a few times, just do it, because I'm awful explaining things. But essentially what I mean is, make the draft a midweek game mode from Tuesday to Friday. Alright, and you can get your rewards on the Friday as well, along with your FUT Champs rewards, for example. Have the draft as the same kind of structure as FUT Champs. So maybe you have 20, maybe 20 games would be too much, but say you have 15 games to play over 3 days, right? Because that seems achievable to me. So 15 games over the 3 days midweek. And obviously there's leaderboards, just the way there is FUT Champs. There's top 100, there's elites, there's gold 1, there's whatever else, right? Keep the same ranks that you've got in FUT Champs. But have it like a 15 game midweek game mode from Tuesday to Friday. And obviously there'll be rewards for whatever rank you hit. But then there'll be extra rewards for if you want to hit requirements. So they can build challenges around it as well. So maybe for the first week of FUT Draft in the midweek, you could have a requirement saying you have to have 7 Spanish players. So if you have 7 Spanish players, that means that you'll get additional rewards on top of what you already would get for your rank for that week of the draft. I think ideas like that would really make the game a lot better, and it would also, obviously, I haven't even talked about this yet, but having a draft mode midweek would also allow you to try new cards that you wouldn't even have in your main team on Weekend League. I just think that idea would be so good, it'd be so fun, and as I say, if you just want to build a draft and play, you can do that, and you just get your rewards based on the rank you hit. But then you could also get extra rewards then if you want to stick to the requirements that EA would set for those additional rewards. So there's a lot of things EA could do with it. There's a lot of ways they can customize it and stuff. I think that'd be a great idea. I really, really do. Moving on. So we're going to move into a few different modes. Not Ultimate Team related this time. It's going to be moving into Pro Clubs. Now, we have Pro Clubs customization already in the game. We know we've got with the customization of the crests and the kits that we have in our Pro Clubs team. We know we can do that already. So basically, just all I would want in FIFA 22 is to have that in Ultimate Team and to have a wee bit more customization. Because obviously, in Pro Clubs, the customization is a wee bit limited. So first of all, get customization into Ultimate Team, because at the minute we only have it in Pro Clubs. But then also get it a wee bit more advanced, so that we can actually maybe import our own images. Now obviously you wouldn't want anything stupid, or you'd have to have a certain level of, the way EA ban words on transfer market when you're searching, just do that in terms of the way they do this, in terms of your importing images in. The way NBA do it, essentially. Because I've always thought NBA have a great model there where you can kind of brand your own thing. Like for example, for me, I can get my FootyKing logo on a FIFA kit, which would look really, really cool, I think. And obviously if they had that with crests, badges and kits, there's no reason why they couldn't do that then with balls, the footballs, and also, your stadiums as well. Why, I know we have a wee bit of stadium customization now, but why couldn't you make your stadium literally, like I could get FootyKing logo in again, I could get the Manchester United stuff in, and mix it. Make your stadium about you. That's what I would want EA to do. At the minute, you've got customization, but it is very limited in my opinion. So that is another step forward that I think the game could take. Moving on then, we're going to talk now into career mode. So we're moving into career mode. Now career mode is obviously a mode that I know a lot of people play. Personally, I don't play it a lot, but if this new stuff kind of come into the end of the game next year, I would probably consider playing it a lot more. And what I'm talking about is to have an online career mode. Now this has been on people's wish list for many years in regards to improvements to make the new FIFAs. Personally for me, I think that this would really, really be a big thing for the new FIFA if they could implement this. An online career mode, imagine, with a normal career mode we've got at the minute where you play as your club. And obviously the news the other day came out that you can now create your club, so that would be amazing as well. You imagine being able to create your club, which you can do now, but then being able to play against your friends. Have like a 20-man league and be able to buy players off each other's teams as well. That would be so cool, man. It really, really would. EA, you know what to do, mate. You release the game, just release it in your game, EA. You have to. If everyone's been wanting this for ages, it'd be so good. Online career mode, boys. Honestly, it'd be so fun. Being able to buy players off your friends' teams, been able to compete in a league, and obviously anything, whatever league you're in, so Premier League, you'll be able to pick the FA Cup and Champions League, whatever else. It would just be so cool, and you can connect to other people that you don't even know as well, which would make it even more cool as well. You wouldn't even know who you're playing against, but it would just be so fun. I mean, I would keep the offline one too for the casual players, but online one would be so cool as well. I think that would just make a career mode, give it that extra wee push that it needs, because it is a good mode, but just needs that wee bit of attention, I think, to make it really, you know, top stuff and make it what it can be in the game. Another thing I would like to say, another thing that I would like to see in the new game, another thing to add to this ongoing, very long wish list here, in this video, as you boys are probably working out, is basically a way to kind of, an advancement on the pressure you can put on your opponent in a game. So obviously at the minute, and you'll see from the gameplay in the background, it's just a wee clips of just where, you know, this could be implemented. But I find when I'm playing FIFA, and all of you boys watching this video will probably know when you're watching me play FUT Champs and streams on the weekends and stuff, you'll know this anyway, but I've been saying this for a long while. It's very hard when you're playing FIFA to actually defend when you're out of possession. Your player movements are very annoying and very unrealistic in my opinion, because you can't put pressure on with two players. You can do it very marginally whenever you can, double team your opponent with two players. You can kind of, second man press them a wee bit, but it's not effective at all. And if anything, sometimes it actually negatively affects your team and ends up, all your players out of position and you can see the goal. What I would like to see is, I find when I play FIFA, right, when I'm out of possession of the ball, my opponent's passing it around me. For me defending, I always just try and cut off the passing lanes and try and force him into a mistake. But it's hard sometimes, because I always find when I regain the ball, it's always down to the opponent's mistake rather than me being good defensively and putting in a bit of pressure on my opponent and closing the angles down. The thing about FIFA is you're only controlling one player at a time most of the time. So whenever you player switch, whether that's with R1 or with the left stick, whether when you're player switching, it's very slow and unresponsive at times. And then what means is whenever you player switch, one player moves back. So you'll see in the clips anyway. But say I'm pressuring my opponent's player on the ball. I pressure him, and then he'd pass the ball side to his right. I'd player switch. But instead of the player that was pressing him before carrying on and making like a double team on the player that's now got the ball, he'll jump back or move back and release the pressure, and then I'll have to press again with one player. Because pressing with one player on FIFA, it just doesn't work. Which is why I think this really needs rethink from EA. And it would make defending and actually being able to press people in the game a little bit easier, and it would actually create more of a skill gap in the game as well, because if you're really good and you raid your opponent, you'd be able to kind of close them in the way real life teams do, the way a team like Liverpool when they won the league do, the way City went it back really quick. At the minute, tactics on FIFA, you've only got team press. Some of the times when I'm doing team press late in the game when I need to go, they don't even bloody do it, and it doesn't seem like a press anyway. So yeah, I think this really needs an overhaul. Big upgrades needed for EA on that. I think they need to fix the game, and it just makes it more realistic whenever you've got more than one player pressing the ball. As I say, the wish list, FIFA 22 wish list, they're just a few things, 7 or 8 things there that I would like to see in the new FIFA. Obviously, as I say, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you boys would like to see in the new FIFA. Obviously, it's only 2 months away now, so yeah, let me know what you want to see. Any new modes, any new features, and also anything in terms of the gameplay. I think one thing we can all agree on is EA need a bit better servers for next FIFA, but that will never change. We all know it's banter with EA. They'll never change their servers, no matter how much money they rake in. You can be sure of one thing: they will never change their servers. But yeah, that will round it up for today, boys. I hope you've all enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and of course leave a comment as well. Let me know what you think of my 7 or 8 things that I've added to the wish list here. My FIFA 22 wish list, what I want to see in FIFA, in the new game. And yeah, take care, boys. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.